baby. Yes, sir.
Today, we're ranking
at second base, so the Oakland A's take.
I'll tell you what, we're having an earth.
wow.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
the top sports announcers. Pristine voices.
High fly ball into right field. Auburn's going to win the football game.
On the last play of the game. I'm John Miller, along with Joe Morgan. We bid you welcome to our telecast.
The team of the 90s.
I broke my chair. I came right through a chair, a metal steel chair with about a 5-inch cushion. I broke it.
I'd be rolling torpedoes, get blunted with Rostas, and for a hefty fee, I'm on your record, like Bob Costas.
When you're a quarterback at Alabama, you see that lovely lady there.
What an intro to. And look who's coming up. Oh my gosh.
And look who's coming up.
Welcome back to the Twerk. You know what it is. Tell them. Ethic. Tell them. Show! Yes. We're excited. So excited. We're excited that you're here. Yes. Thank you for joining us. Welcome back. And as Jay-Z said, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. He did say that. Thank you. He also said a few other things that I can't say. Sure. 99 problems. Yeah. But a park bench ain't one. Something like that. Park bench. And which is not a problem. And I was just in Central Park, so yes. When I saw a park bench that was open, oh my gosh. There, you had no problems. Yeah. And everybody was out. It had just rained a lot in New York. There was flooding. Yeah. And then 2 days later, when it was Sunday and it was sunny out, oh my gosh, everybody was in New York. I think I saw all 12 million people. And they saw me wearing this shirt, by the way. Love it. I was a walking billboard. I love it. And the reactions I got were priceless. It's amazing. And if you want to buy it yourself, either this shirt or a hoodie or anything like that, it's right down there. Oh, you don't have to tell them. Right down there. You just click on it and buy it. So today, we're talking about sports announcers. And I wrote down here why I like sports announcers. Okay. To me, they are phenomenal storytellers. And they help you understand the context of what you're seeing. You may know, but you may not. Yeah. So you may not know that this guy had the flu 3 days ago. You may not know that you may not know the backstory, right? Yeah. You may know your team, but maybe you don't know some of the stuff that happened on the other team. Right. So sometimes you don't know how big the moment is that you're watching, or someone sets a record, and they'll say, "Hey, just so you know, this has never been done in history." Especially if they're coming up on a record. Halftime, I don't know exactly, and also like they help with the emotion and the excitement. Yeah. A good one. For sure. A good one basically says you should be excited about this. Like he makes sure and the tone of his voice. Yeah. But it's also like a movie, right? Why have a narrator? Yeah. Because exactly. because you like it. Yeah. It helps. For sure. The storytelling helps. Backstory. That's everything. Why I like a announcer. What about you? Yeah. That, and it depends on not depends, because most play-by-plays are hired for a reason. They have a great voice. Yeah. And it's very endearing. Yeah. And you feel like you know this person. And generally they're really, really nice people. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like I could hear this dude, read the Bible to me or any type of book or whatever. Just read me this, Yeah. And maybe there's probably why I have James Earl Jones on my reads the New Testament on Audible. Darth Vader is reading the Bible to me. Yeah, I don't think you want I like it. You don't really want Margot Robbie to read the Bible to you. No, not really. I want to see her read the Bible. Yeah, you want to watch her read the Bible to you. I don't want to hear it. But if you had her on Audible, you're like, okay. James, not as good as I thought it was going to be. Maybe Sigourney Weaver. She'd be a good one. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's very true. I was going to say the same thing. Back in the day, or do with one of the back in the day. Oh, sorry. That reminds me. Did you see the Miley Cyrus TikTok trend? Oh my gosh! Where she basically does the low voice, but she's like,
really, it's all about the journey or something like that.
Yeah.
And they basically find all these things like gremlins or the lady with the voice box who smoked her whole life.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's great. I'll see if I can find
Internet wins
a
again.
few here. But
The first clip is Miley Cyrus, and the second clip is a French bulldog in his cage.
The journey is usually the part that you remember anyways.
what I was going to say is like the old guys, not necessarily old guys, but back in the day, it was almost like the part of your resume that had to be there was your voice.
Oh, okay.
So like, you obviously had to be good, but I'm just saying like step one is have a voice that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And when people hear it, they're like,
helps.
I know who that is.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
I don't have to look this up immediately. I know who's talking.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty cool. I think it's something that, at least in college football, they're playing around with in a way that I don't like. So, like, they've got like Greg McElroy and Aaron Murray, and like they're just not that good, and they're very just like normal voiced.
Who else? DJ.
Oh yeah, DJ Shockley.
Shockley. Yeah.
It's just kind of like, okay, just because you know the game doesn't mean you're good at this.
Yeah.
Like I do need the voice.
Sure.
Give me, and that's why today I think we're doing play by play.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the voice.
Right.
Right?
For sure.
Let's do it. Woo! Yeah! Today's Rushmore is sports announcers, play by play, the best. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
One more thing I want to say.
Okay.
This is not what I would call virtue signal ranking.
Okay.
So just like other Mount Rushmores, we're not sports experts.
No.
We're lovers
by no means
of sports.
Right.
And so we
know some stats, we don't know all of them.
These are people that we either have, listened to ourselves for games, or there's enough context through documentaries or things that these are people we know.
Yeah.
So if we leave someone out because, we're too young, forgive us. We're not saying that guy isn't good or whatever.
Right.
It's just
wasn't our era.
This is who we know and who we loved.
Exactly. It just wasn't our era tour.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Oh gosh. Man.
That's a whole other
One
episode,
thing
by
I've
the way.
realized right now this past week with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce is Taylor Swift is potentially the most famous human on planet Earth.
Yeah. Yeah. She is.
It's kind of insane.
Yeah. By the way, Travis, good pull, bro. Well done.
As Bill Belichick said, Travis, this is the best catch of your life. It's amazing.
Of course he would say that.
Okay, without any further ado, number 4.
Oh my gosh.
I'm on the bleachers.
Sorry.
Nathan Cooley.
Yeah.
Who is your number 4 play-by-play guy of all time?
Number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I debated about this one because there's a lot of good ones. But anyway, number 4. He used to be on ESPN.
Okay.
But now he's the play-by-play for the San Francisco Giants. And that is John Miller.
John Miller.
Him and Joe Morgan were on Sunday Night Baseball.
Can I...
See?
Can I just say...
So it wasn't a bad pick.
Can I just say... No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't think so either.
I almost put Joe Morgan on my Rushmore.
Oh, really?
He's in my honorables.
Okay.
And it goes back to what I was saying. His voice.
Yeah.
I guess it was my childhood.
Sure.
Just hearing Joe Morgan on the video games, on the baseball games, but him and John Miller... Dude,
so good.
Wasn't it Sunday Night Baseball?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
Oh
God,
yeah.
It was either Sunday night or Monday. I think it was Sunday night.
Oh my god!
But I remember that being. I think he was on there for like 20 years. I want to say.
Wow. I'm John Miller, along with Joe Morgan. We bid you welcome to our telecast. When you think of the Milwaukee Brewers, for a long, long time, you think of the combination of Molitor and Yount. And truly, both off to excellent starts this year. Molitor hitting nearly 340.
Legend.
Yount, well, he has bounced back, Joe.
Well, he had the worst year of his career
Dude,
last year.
so
He's
good,
a two-time MVP, and that's the way he's performing this year, like an MVP.
So this is
28
this is from 1991. So
1991?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, when the Braves started their
You're right, man.
being awesome.
I actually had John Miller on my honorables too,
Okay.
but Joe Morgan came late because I forgot about him.
Yeah.
But his voice was like,
Yeah.
man,
It was good too, man. But yeah, that team was great, and John Miller's voice, I was just like, it just made you feel good, you know? It's just like, because I was 13 years old at the time, and listening to that, I was like, man, this guy's really good. When I didn't pay attention to announcers, I was like, this dude's good.
yeah.
So he does the play-by-play for the Giants, and he's well into his 70s. That's crazy.
That's a good pick.
He's
dude.
still good.
I mad respect on that. That's a very good pick.
Cool.
All right.
Yep. That's
My number 4.
Let's hear it.
My number 4, we're going to go into college football.
Nice.
Do a little, whoa, Nelly.
Oh, yes.
Keith Jackson,
bro. Yeah.
I obviously didn't get to listen to a lot of his stuff as an adult, but
Yeah.
I have since went back through documentaries, through old YouTube clips.
Yeah.
You know, and I did see some of his stuff. Like this is, Nathan's chair is trying to kill him, and he has sunk.
So,
but I don't know if you knew this because I did not know this, and it makes it even cooler. So a lot of people would argue that he's at least in the top 3, but if not the best college football announcer.
For sure.
The coolest thing about
He was great.
the last game he called was the 2006 Rose Bowl.
Was it Texas USC?
Texas USC. That was his last call.
Man, what a way to go out.
And I think
Considered one of the best games of all time.
it's his,
Is this the Vince Young call?
Yeah.
4th and 5. 4th and 5, the national championship on the line right here.
God, this game is amazing.
He's going for the corner. He's got it.
that was his literal last call. Like, what better game?
Amazing.
People have also argued that might be the best game in college football.
Yeah, for sure.
Called by the best announcer. Just and you know, some
amazing.
Some fun facts is that like he actually has been credited with naming Michigan Stadium the Big House.
Oh, okay.
Like,
oh, okay.
Because it's, I
that
guess,
makes sense.
And then my other favorite thing that he used to say, I'm not going to do it justice, but he would go, "We're going to play some football. Yippee!" Again, though, goes back to just like the dude was obviously a fan of the sport.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't just his job.
Yep, for sure.
He just loved it.
Yep.
But,
and yeah, you could tell too, man. Just like, and all the phrases that he made up, just like, "Whoa, Nelly!"
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
And the Rose Bowl being the granddaddy of them all.
Yep,
he was just, he was great.
Did he coin that phrase?
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He was just amazing.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's my number 4.
Legend.
Number 3.
I like that one. Legend.
What you got for number 3?
This guy did college football for a while.
Okay.
But he also has done other things. The first time I heard him was at the Masters. Vern Lundquist. Yep.
He I would say him and Keith are neck and neck.
Oh, for sure.
Probably, right?
Dude, Vern is so good, man. And I think he's still doing golf.
Wasn't he the one that got in trouble for like talking about the hot girl in the stands? He basically like why he was. I think it might have been AJ McCarron's girlfriend.
Yeah. No, that wasn't him.
Okay.
No, but that guy's on my list though. We'll get to him.
That. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember that
one. Yeah. Dude, Vern. When did he retire? Do you know?
From CBS.
Not that long ago.
No, it was like
2012, maybe 20.
Let's see. No, it was later than that because he called the Kick 6. That was 2000. Well, no, that was 2012, wasn't it?
Oh, the Kick 6.
Yeah.
That was a legend. Shout out to the Auburn radio host.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Auburn's going to win the football game.
There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game.
Yeah, that guy was going
He
nuts,
was
man.
losing it.
Yeah.
Dear God Almighty.
Oh, my Lord in heaven.
I remember his Jack Nicklaus call on the Masters. and he was putting for the lead, I think, and he had kind of a long putt. And if you watch the Masters, that is not an easy course. You can have like a 2-foot putt and still miss that mug. I don't care how professional you are. You're probably going to miss sometimes. But he just made this long putt, and he goes, maybe? Yes, sir! That's Vern Lundquist.
Oh, man. I kind of want to see if I can find that.
So epic, bro.
I found it.
Maybe. Yes, sir.
Oh, man, that was so good.
So good.
He waited till like it was right there.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Dude,
you can tell he was getting excited, too, because he was making that comeback.
And a lot of those good announcers, they realize the moment. They know when to shut up.
Yeah.
Like they know when space is needed.
Yeah.
And then
because when you were playing that, I was like, wait, does he say it here?
Yeah.
But he just, like you said, he waited until the very end.
They know what they're doing, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 3 for me.
Yeah.
Is a absolute legendary figure.
Mm-hmm.
And I've read his autobiography.
Okay.
And it was extremely good. And that guy is
Joe Biden.
This guy is. Do you believe in miracles? Al Michaels.
Nice.
Yes.
Yep.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
I love Al Michaels.
Heard him calling the game last night.
There's something about him.
Yeah.
Like he's amazing.
Yeah.
And,
great voice.
As he did baseball, he did football.
That's right. Yep.
But, one of the guys that's in my honorables was a guy that often did calls with Al Michaels when Al Michaels did games in the 80s. But this is game 3 of the 1989 World Series when they had the earthquake in the middle of
in San Francisco.
Yeah. In the middle, and it was Al Michaels and Tim McCarver.
Oh, yeah.
And look.
We just lost this year, by the way.
Tim McCarver, I wish the Rushmore was bigger.
Yeah.
Because he was so good to me. But,
Dude, playoffs?
But, so check this out. So for those who don't know, during this game, an earthquake happened and the broadcast was shut down.
Yeah.
And the way that they had
right before the game started.
At second base, so the Oakland A's take.
I'll tell you what, we're having an
Wow.
That seems like a movie, but that was real time.
Then Al Michaels comes in here and he's yelling.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I don't know if we're on the air or not, and I'm not sure I care at this particular moment, but we are. Well, folks, that's the greatest open in the history of television, bar none. Yes, it certainly did. We're still here. We are still, as we can tell, on the air, and I guess you are hearing us, even though we have no picture and no return audio.
That's crazy.
Insane, right?
Yeah. Just to be that professional too, and just during the midst of all that chaos, just man.
So Nathan,
yes, sir.
Now we're at number 2.
Ooh,
who you got? Number 2, play-by-play.
This is the one we were alluding to earlier about AJ McCarron's girlfriend, Brent Musburger.
Brent Musburger,
one of the greatest voices in college sports, really, because he did basketball too. And he was good at that. But mostly he's known for college football, Saturday night games.
And known for, can you give us a little bit of background? So AJ McCarron's girlfriend was in the stands and the cameraman caught her. Okay.
And Brent Musburger saw this woman. And
couldn't contain himself.
Yeah.
That's
he just
amazing.
Said what he thought.
There you go. Into the game.
And this is the national championship, by the way.
When you're a quarterback at Alabama, you see that lovely lady there. She does go to Auburn, I want to admit that. But she also Miss Alabama, and that's A.J. McCarron's girlfriend, okay? And right there on the right is Dee Dee Bonner. That's A.J.'s mom. Wow, I'm telling you, quarterbacks, you get all the good-looking women. What a beautiful woman. Wow.
A.J.'s doing some things right down in
So if you're a youngster in Alabama, start getting the football out and throw it around the backyard with pops.
Dude, one of the greatest non-sports calls ever.
Start getting the football and throwing it around in your backyard.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh man, Brent Musburger was another versatile dude. Knew a few sports. I think he did like ABC's Wide World of Sports. So he did everything back in those days too. But yeah, that voice is just so recognizable. So elite. Yeah. So pristine. I mean, the guy was great until he retired.
That's amazing.
And I've obviously we heard there Kirk Herbstreit was with him.
Yeah. And
started filling in for the color commentary.
Yeah.
So, which he's an animal too. So he's so good at what he does.
Yeah. He is.
So those two were great. And but Brent Musburger, man, one of the GOATs.
Dude was good, man.
Yeah. He's also on my Rushmore of best burgers. So there you go.
Musburger. Mm-hmm. You must have it.
Side note there.
Yeah. All right. My number 2 was almost my number 1.
Oh, okay.
But because both of my number 2 and my number 1, spoiler alert, are baseball.
Okay.
So my number 2, a lot of people don't like him, and a lot of people love him, and I personally don't care if you do like
where
him.
You're going with this one.
I love him, and his name is Bob Costas. Huge fan of, and I know he said baseball, but he's done. He did the Olympics.
He's a versatile dude too. He almost made my top 4.
I think he did it from I think he did 11 Olympic games.
Oh yeah,
from like 92 to 2016, where he got pink eye. Poor guy.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
In Rio,
yep.
I was like, oh my god, that was a good example of how terrible those Olympics were.
Yeah,
2016.
Oh gosh,
what an absolute
Rio, I think. Right?
Yeah. So anyway, I have a lot of things to prove why I love Bob Costas. One of the things is he is a massive baseball fan, and he knows so much. And this is why a lot of people don't like him, because they're like, we don't want a documentary while you're doing the game. I do.
Yeah.
I want to hear from Bob Costas.
For sure.
And one of my most memorable ones is when the Braves won the World Series in 1995. And he goes, they hit the fly ball to Marquise Grissom. And right when Marquise catches the ball, he goes, the team of the 90s has its world championship. And this is it.
Great call.
Baerga is 0 for 3.
Mark Wohlers.
Left center field. Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship.
Dang.
It's too good.
Dang.
But then it bit me in the tail, because he also did the same thing for the Yankees in 1999.
Oh yeah.
So we were the team of the 90s, right? Well, when the Yankees won, apparently the Yankees were the team of the decade, which is true, but
which is still the 90s.
It hurt. But this is how I'm calling that one.
And it was against the Braves.
A pop in the shallow left. The New York Yankees, world champions, team of the decade, most successful franchise.
Okay, that hurts my heart.
Yeah,
that hurts. But he also was kind of like funny. So there's this clip where he quotes Ludacris. Where I was just like, this is so good. Let me show you.
Who's your favorite rapper?
I have got to give props to Ludacris. I think he was the first one to name check me. It went something like this. I'd be rolling torpedoes, get blunted with Rostas, and for a hefty fee, I'm on your record, like Bob Costas. It was at that point, boys, where I said to myself, if I step off a curb right now and get hit by a bus, I've lived a full life. It's all good.
That's hilarious. I've never seen that.
Oh my gosh. He was in the Ken Burns baseball documentary, which if you haven't seen that, it is the best baseball thing ever. Anyway, he talks about this story about baseball, but also Babe Ruth. Anyway, check this out. Kind of bad quality, but
baseball is a human enterprise. Therefore, by definition, it's imperfect. It's flawed. It doesn't embody perfectly everything that's worthwhile about our country or about our culture. But it comes closer than most things in American life. And maybe this story, which is probably apocryphal, gets to the heart of it.
This is it.
An Englishman and an American having an argument about something that has nothing to do with baseball. It gets to the point where it's irreconcilable, to the point of exasperation, and the American says to the Englishman, screw the king. And the Englishman is taken aback, thinks for a minute and says, well, screw Babe Ruth. Now think about that. The American thinks he can insult the Englishman by casting aspersions upon a person who has his position by virtue of nothing except for birth. Nothing to do with any personal qualities, good, bad, or otherwise. But who does the Englishman think embodies America? Some scruffy kid who came from the humblest of beginnings, hung out as a 6-year-old behind his father's bar, a big, badly flawed, swashbuckling palooka who strides with great spirit, not just talent, but with a spirit of possibility and enjoyment of life across the American stage. That's an American to the Englishman. You give me Babe Ruth over any king who's ever sat on the throne, and I'll be happy with that trade.
Come on, dude. Like that.
Dang.
So when I watched that for the first time, I was like,
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I knew I liked baseball, but
right.
You put it like that.
Yeah. Plus with that setup too. Just
Yeah.
It's like, listen, it's not perfect. It's not, by like America, doesn't describe America in all of its glory or whatever. But then you just then you relate it to the king.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my
So
gosh,
good.
dude.
All right. So let's really quickly, I guess, go through our honorable mentions.
Okay.
So let's do rock, paper, scissors, of course.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
We alluded to it earlier, and Dick Enberg is on here.
Okay.
Because of him doing football, he had a great voice.
Yeah.
Gosh, he was so good. And that Muhammad Ali moment where he lights the torch and picks it up with his Parkinson's and just defies it all. And Enberg, you can hear his voice trembling, just goes, "Oh my!"
Yeah,
with 100,000 people just cheering.
It's insane.
Their butts off. Oh my gosh. It was one of the greatest moments ever. Gus Johnson, Mike Breen. Bang!
Bang!
That's
Yeah,
that
I
guy.
know that guy.
Dick Stockton, Marv Albert. Is that a Larry Bird fan or a Sparrow fan? Pat Summerall, Joe Buck.
I can't join you on that one.
No.
But he does have a great
voice. Yeah, the voice.
Excellent voice.
Puts him over the top. Jim Nantz, all the carries. Skip, Harry, and Chip. Skip and Harry had their own thing. No, the Braves won the baseball. World Series champs. That's Skip. You know who he is. Harry. Hi. And Chip was more refined.
Yeah.
And is now doing the Cardinals and just got a great, superb voice.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Gumbel, Chris Fowler, Keith Jackson, and Mike Tirico.
Yeah.
Mike Tirico, I remember him doing a Virginia Tech game, but I remember him announcing, and it was a punt return, started running back, and then this Tech guy just came out of nowhere and just blindsided the blocker and just went boom and shook Mike Tirico, and Mike Tirico goes, "Oh!" And I've never heard him sound like that ever. And I don't think I ever heard him again like that. But so.
Okay. So my honorable mentions, I can't go with Joe Buck, but I will go with Jack Buck, his dad.
Oh, his dad. Okay.
Larry Munson.
To the 30, Linger's got 35, 40. Linger's got 45, 50, 25, 20, 50, 10, 5. Linger's got. I can't believe it. 92 yards, and Lindsay really got in a foot race. I broke my chair. I came right through a chair, a metal steel chair with about a 5-inch cushion. I broke it. The booth came apart, 26-21. Dogs on top. We were gone. I gave up. You did too. We were out of it and gone. Miracle.
Bob Uecker.
Oh, of course.
Major League movie.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah, just a bit outside. And then Vern. I had Vern on there.
Nice.
Sean McDonough. He's the one where he had kind of, like the kick six game. He had a similar one with Michigan State.
Oh, yeah.
When they fumbled or whatever.
Yeah,
and he was
Michigan.
like, his call, he just lost his mind.
And he scores on the last play of the game. Unbelievable.
Tim McCarver, Don Sutton, which was a 90s Braves
for sure.
announcer.
Yeah, Don Sutton was good.
And also a great player.
Yeah.
The professor, Peter Van Wieren, also a Braves guy.
Yeah.
And then all the carries. I really like Brad Nessler.
Oh, dude, Brad Nessler's great.
I think he's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then Pat Summerall. That was my list.
Nice.
So
I like it. Man,
here we go.
Brad Nessler should be on my mother one.
He's so good, dude.
Yep.
Cooley number 1. Let's go.
It's dude you already mentioned, Mr. Al Michaels.
Al Michaels.
With probably one of the greatest calls ever in sports history.
The Miracle on Ice?
The Miracle on Ice.
Yeah. So freaking good.
So good. And like his voice is just ridiculous. And like and it's funny because what's his face? Sounds just like him. Oh,
what's he do? Like what sport?
So he doesn't do sports. He's a radio guy.
Oh, Howard Stern?
Howard Stern, yes. They sound exactly alike.
Yeah, I guess they do.
Yeah. So like when one of them's talking, I was like, oh, that sounds like Al Michaels. Oh, that sounds like Howard Stern.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So, but yeah, it's weird. But do you believe in miracles? Yes. It's just so excited and just like true sports fan. And, it wasn't, he pretty much does football all the time now. But back in the day, you could throw any sport at him. He'd just be like, okay. And he'll sound great.
You would have to watch every one of these games and read the newspaper in the sports section and keep up.
Listen, whatever you do, you have to study it. When I signed on with ABC in 1977 full time, they sent out the assignment sheet. What's the first assignment I get at ABC? I'm doing the World Barrel Jumping Championships.
He can do anything.
It's amazing. And like I said, obviously in the 80s and 90s, he did baseball too. And so good.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for my massive fandom of baseball, I think Al Michaels would have been my number 1 because I've always loved him.
Yeah.
I always loved him. He's so good, man.
Yeah, dude.
So good.
I feel you.
Okay.
So
my number 1 is the GOAT for me.
Yeah.
Vin Scully.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Legendary sports broadcaster, most well known for
he didn't suck.
The Los Angeles Dodgers. He was so good, and I picked him because he was the announcer for some of the most legendary moments in the sport.
Yeah.
So he called the Bill Buckner game when the ball went under.
Buckner.
Yeah.
Yep.
He called that one.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner.
Yeah.
He called the Hank Aaron 715.
Once again, a standing ovation for Henry Aaron. Straight away. Fastball is a high drive into deep left center field. To the fence, it is gone.
And then lastly, probably to me, the greatest call he ever did was the 1988 World Series.
Oh.
Which was Dennis Eckersley pitching against Kirk Gibson. And the story behind this was before the game, Kirk Gibson had hurt both of his legs.
Yeah.
So he wasn't cleared to play the game. So he sat out the whole game until the very end where he was brought in to pinch hit.
Mm-hmm.
And the Joker had the just most intense at bat.
Yeah.
And then hits a freaking home run.
Against Dennis Eckersley, who's one of the greatest
pitchers
savers of all time.
Yeah. He's just insane.
All time.
Insane.
Yeah.
So it was bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, and he hit a 2-run walk-off home run.
It's when you're a kid in the backyard.
It's exactly what you say to yourself.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
I'm not going to play the whole thing, but this is just pure.
What an intro too.
And look who's coming up.
Oh my gosh.
But the game right now is at the plate. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Like he can barely run.
Tommy Lasorda.
Yeah. Vin Scully for me, he's just
dude, he's a goat, bro.
He's amazing to me.
He's a goat.
He's absolutely amazing. And again, He lets you know what you are watching.
Yeah.
He made it very clear that this Kirk Gibson-Eckersley battle was insane.
Yeah,
like
they knew their stuff.
What you're watching is insane.
Yeah.
And the other thing, fun fact,
It's a fun fact, a really fun fact, a fun fact, yes it is. If it ain't fun, it's not
a fact.
So the fun fact is, people whine and complain about the new timer in baseball.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know what that is, just Google it. There's a new rule this year.
Right.
I never complained, but I did a test. I pulled up this entire Kirk Gibson,
oh my gosh,
Dennis Eckersley battle. Every single bit of it falls in line with they complied with the new rules.
Really?
So it was later baseball that started taking more time.
Right.
Back in the day, they always pitched in like 5 seconds, 8 seconds.
Yeah. I know Greg Maddux.
Yeah.
Greg Maddux was like, let's go. I'm ready. 15
seconds was insane.
Yeah.
So even this legendary battle, I've heard people say, well, imagine applying those rules to the Dennis Eckersley blah, blah, blah bat. Well, I did. I went back and watched it, and it lines up perfectly.
Right.
They would not have gotten, maybe one time.
Yeah.
But every other time, they were just dead on.
Yeah. I mean, I watched baseball this year. Sometimes I forgot the counter was even there.
Exactly. Because that's what the game...
It just felt like a natural baseball game.
If you played baseball, you know. You should know.
Yeah.
You need to be pitching by 8 seconds.
Yeah.
This other stuff is just... Anyway, I'm going to get off on a rant. So. Best sports announcers of all time. This is a good one, buddy.
There we go. And before you say anything, obviously, Howard Cosell.
That's the one I was saying.
Yeah. But that wasn't my time period. That wasn't JT's time period.
Exactly.
I just don't remember. I mean,
I
was barely alive when he
I have a
was ending.
Bob Costas talking about Howard Cosell real quick.
Oh, nice.
What's the deal with you and Howard Cosell?
Met him for the first time at the World Series in Baltimore, the Phillies and the Orioles. He's wearing that hideous mustard yellow ABC blazer. He's brandishing a cigar about the size of a Louisville Slugger. And I say, Mr. Cosell, my name is Bob Costas. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he goes, I know who you are. You're the child who rhapsodizes about the infield fly rule. I'm sure you'll have a fine career. And he flicked the cigar ash and walked back into the booth. And my first thought is, this is the biggest schmuck I have ever encountered. But then in the next instant, I'm thinking, no, this is great. I got the full Howard Cosell treatment. And here we are. I got a story I'm telling some.
So I saw that. But I agree. I can't say him because I just
wasn't our time.
Have very little reference of him.
Yeah, for sure.
But I won't argue with you. If you say he's the best, maybe he was. So
sure. If you were alive during that time, I know he had the John Lennon call on the Monday Night Football game.
Yes.
He had to announce that to everybody. Just epic.
One more
night.
Bob Menery. It's the guy is super vulgar. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
God, that guy is so funny though.
Well, that's all we got today, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the Thank you for tuning in to the Twerk Ethics Show.
I got one more honorable mention for this. Jeremy Thomas. You're my play-by-play guy. I'm just a commentary.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
All day. And with that,
Goat.
We will see you later on the Twerk Ethics Show.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace. It's the Twerk Ethics Show. It's the Twerk Ethics